It was World War II. Hitler sent a group of his best soldiers to attack 18 science centers. What Hitler wanted was the key to ruling this world. The mission was not to find a weapon or a bomb or a rocket. His soldiers were stealing seeds.
Hello, English learners. Welcome to Topics in Simple English. Today, we're talking about seed banks. A seed bank is a safe place where scientists keep the seeds of many different plants from all over the world. Its main purpose is to help humans to regrow the kinds of food plants on our farm and in the wild that might be destroyed in times of natural disasters or wars.
In the Second World War, not many people knew how important seed banks were, but Hitler did. He knew in order for his empire to stretch across the earth, he needed food plants that can live in different climates, places that are hot, cold, dry, or wet. One of the science centers his soldiers attacked was the biggest seed bank at the time, the Pavlovsk Institute in Russia.
Before I tell you about how the scientists of Pavlovsk Institute fought to save the future of our food today, I have a question. What do you know about plant variety? A species of plant may have many varieties or different kinds.
Maize, for example, comes in many varieties. Each can do very different things. Some can give us the most food. Some can grow fast. Some are hardy and can live in harsh weather. Some can stand diseases.
In our previous video about intensive farming, we talked about monoculture, which means most farms in the world today are growing the same variety of plants. It's the kind that gives us the most food, but is not the hardiest. If a fast-spreading disease or the changing climate kills most of the crops in the world, people starve or go hungry. Farmers cannot grow the same plant variety like before because the same crops will fail, meaning the plants die or cannot make fruit.
Famines, times of hunger and without food, because of such reasons, have happened before. The Great Famine of the 13th century, which starved Europe for 3 years, happened when plants died because of repeated rain and cold weather. Another Great Famine in Ireland lasted for 4 years from 1845 to 1849. It started when there was a sudden disease in potatoes. At the time, most Irish farmers used the same potato variety.
So, our story of the Pavlovsk Institute began with this man, Nikolay Vavilov. As a child, he grew up in a poor village. Its people lived hard lives because of repeated crop failures. Vavilov, the child who lived in hunger, dreamed of ending hunger in Russia and the world. He saw plant varieties as the key to solving this problem.
As a scientist, Vavilov wanted to find the wild ancestors of food plants we have today and to collect as many varieties as he could. His dream took him from one part of the world to another and to places far away such as America, Japan, and the Middle East. All that time, he collected seeds from plants and sent them back to the Pavlovsk Institute.
By the end of World War II, the Institute has stored 187,000 varieties of plants, of which about 40,000 were food crops. But things did not end well for Vavilov. He was sent to prison because he disagreed with another scientist, Lysenko, who was a very powerful man. Many of Lysenko's ideas were wrong. He, for example, believed that DNA did not exist, and by putting seeds in cold water, the plants could withstand cold weather.
People starved not only because of climate or diseases, but also by bad ideas. With Lysenko's thinking becoming popular in Russia and China, 5 million Russians and later at least 30 million Chinese died from hunger.
It was not any better for the scientists at Pavlov's Institute. The Nazi attack on their city lasted for almost 3 years, and for almost 3 years, people were hungry. Knowing the seeds were important to feed the world after the war, Vavilov's friends tried to protect all the precious seeds within the Institute from the hungry people, from the Nazi, and from themselves. They were starving too. In the end, 12 of these brave men and women died without eating one seed in their institute. Vavilov, the man who spent his life trying to end the world's hunger, died of hunger in a prison. They'd rather starve so that we don't have to.
After the war, the seeds from the Institute were sown on the fields of Russia and are still used today to make new varieties of plants. If you are eating apples, rice, berries, corn, or wheat today, those fruits and grains may have come from the seeds at Pavlov's Institute.
That brings us to this. This is the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, the biggest seed bank in the world of our time. It stores nearly 1 million varieties of food plants, which are the results of 13,000 years of humanity's farming. In case wars or disasters happen, the seed bank will give its seed to all parts of the world, and humanity can grow their crops again. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault is built near the Arctic, where it is always cold, so that if there is no power, the seeds will still be cool and live longer. That future is changing as much as the climate is changing.
Warmer air is melting the ice, and water is seeping into the vault. If Vavilov and his scientists would rather die starving to save their seed bank, what would we do to save ours?
That's all for our topics in simple English. I'm Kiran Win. Please stay safe and stay hopeful. See you next time.